What's up, everybody? It's Pat Casey, the Gorilla Ninja, the King in New England. I don't have to go through all my nicknames right now, but here I am with Steve, my man. I'm 4-0. I'm rolling right now. I'm happy to be here talking to you, Steve. You know, I'm getting better. I'm always getting better. I'm experienced, but I'm still young in the game. So from fight to fight, I think I've shown improvements from the beginning of my amateur career and the same thing through the pro career. My first fight and second fight for Bellator looked completely different. You know, one was a stand-up fight, and the last fight was a ground fight. You know, I'm improving everywhere. That's what one of my strengths is. I really think is I can really impose any game plan I want depending on who I'm fighting, depending on how the fight's going. You know, that's what MMA is all about, being a complete fighter. Absolutely. There's always points in fights where you feel the body language, you see the look in people's eyes, you know, the fire starts to dwindle as the fight goes on, you know. And, you know, it is what it is. No disrespect to people, but I knew in the last fight, towards the second round, after I dropped him, he was a good striker, the last guy. I dropped him in the second round, and I got on top, and he made like one big effort to try to get up, and he couldn't. And I knew since then his energy was going down, and he was pretty much beaten at that point. Pretty much, man. Every fighter, it's nothing personal. They're just a figure in front of me that I have to figure out how to beat. You know, I don't really dislike any of the people I fight or anything like that. I don't have to get that kind of worked up where I'm, you know, trying to hate them or anything. They're just a person who has a skill set. I know their skill set. I know my skill set is strong everywhere, so I find out the best game plan I want to implement. Sometimes it doesn't always work and I have to change on the fly, but that's why I'm confident in all aspects of the game. You know, I know I have hundreds of ways to beat people when a lot of guys I'm fighting only have one or two, so I have the advantage from the beginning. Absolutely. From the beginning, I've done that. In the amateur ranks, as you know, I fought 55, 70, and 85. And people would say, oh, when you're a pro, you got to pick a weight class. And I don't like when people tell me what I have to do or what I can or can't do. Or you're too small to fight 85, you're too big to fight 55. I said, I'm going to do what I want. You know, I'm the one stepping in there. I'm the one risking my life. I'll fight whatever weight I feel like, and I'm going to continue to win. And I think I'm doing it just like I said I was. You know, I say these things, people look at me like I'm crazy, but then I go out and do them. So, you know, it's always better when you believe and other people, you know, what's this guy talking about? How's he going to fight with this weight or that weight? I just put in my mind I'm going to do it. I take the steps to make the weight the best way I can, and I go out and do it. It's definitely diet. Diet is huge. When I cut, there's a lot of there's more cardio. I obviously do. I mean, I always do a lot of cardio, but I do, on top of the normal cardio I do even more just to sweat more and to burn. But it's definitely a very strict diet thing. Obviously 55 is very hard for me to make, but you know, it takes some time to get there. But I make it. I've made it. I've never lost at 55 before, amateur or pro. You know, it's a tough weight cut, but I always do it. I think the reason I'm able to fight all these weight classes is because of my physical strength is so high that I can fight at 85 against guys 200 plus. And the weight advantage doesn't really matter to me because of just how I'm built physically. I'm a very strong, explosive guy. So I'm okay going into a fight, you know, 20 pounds lighter than my opponent. You know, it doesn't bother me. So I think that's why, like, I'm unique in the sense that I have the physical strength to compete with the big guys, but I'm small enough where I can go down to 55 and, you know, match those guys with speed and obviously be a lot stronger than those guys. Yeah, I definitely, after I fight, my first instinct is get back in the cage right away. Like, I don't like seeing cards go by that I'm not on. You know, I like the energy of the fight. I like being in the spotlight, but there's no need to, I put myself in the position, like you said, already going 4-0, and I've been pro for like 8 or 9 months, and I'm already 4-0. So I put myself in a position that I can take this time in the end of the year just to train and get better. You know, it's hard when you're fighting so often to really make huge improvements because you're fight camp. So I might take the end of the year to, you know, continue to get better and, you know, look for, you know, a big fight, maybe the end of the year or early next year. But, you know, I'm always open to, you know, options. I like having options, but I'm in a good position right now where we can kind of, dictate what we want to do. I don't need to fight anymore this year. I've already had a successful year, so we'll see. We'll see. The goal is to keep fighting and keep winning. Every time people see me, like, oh, when are you going to get signed here? When are you going to get signed? I said, listen, I can't control that stuff. I can only keep winning. I'm 4-0 now. I'm going to keep winning. I'm going to be 5-0, 6-0, 7-0. Eventually, I'm going to get big fights on big promotions. There's no denying winning. If I step in there and do my job and get better and win every time, everything I set out to do from the beginning of this game, it will eventually happen. Facebook, just Pat Casey. Just look up Pat Casey and see my beautiful mug in one of them shots. And Instagram, Pat Casey 1035. I'm coming, keep looking out for me. I hope everyone supports me. I'm going to keep going through a tear. I feel there's no one with the potential in this region that I have. I hope people rally around me. No disrespect to nobody else, but I feel, it's all said and done, I'm going to go to heights that no one else around me has gone in this game. So I love New England. I hope everyone keeps continuing.